Welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are here for the first time, then we hope you stick around. And if you're not new, then welcome back to the Notes Came This Way last time. What are we?
Welcome back to our train wreck.
Okay, so for this week's video, we are talking about tearjerkers.
Yes. Only what, 2 apiece, right?
Yeah, we've each chosen 2 books that really wrenched our heart. Is that even a word? Wrenched? Is that right word?
Wreaked havoc upon us.
That one.
Our heart and threw it to a pack of lions.
I bet you it's not even a pack. I bet you it's like a something of lions.
Which is we were feasted on, huh?
Okay, so who's starting?
I'll go first.
You're going first.
Okay. So I think my first, my number one tearjerker is probably Chase the Butterflies by Monica James. And there's not a whole lot I can tell you about it because I feel like that would just spoil it. But there is a complete mind blow in it. And then there's just so many emotions running through it. And I cried through half the book. And I usually don't read books like that. And I usually don't like them. But I really did love that book. I don't have a picture of it, but I'm sure Mel could put one up for me.
Yeah. You've been getting me to try and do this for a long time. And I just haven't had the strength to do it. I still have it there on my Kindle, but
I just can't tell you anything about it because I feel like it will completely spoil it. Like you have to just read it.
Yeah.
And even while you're reading it, you're not going to understand until you're like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. What's yours?
Okay.
What's your number one
Okay. For me, this was a really difficult topic for me because I tend to cry in pretty much every book. I feel like I'm so weak, but I don't know, it can be any book and there'll just be like a scene or a really emotional scene and I'll just be like,
It does, guys.
So
I get pictures all the time.
Yeah, so I don't often choose a book that's actually supposed to make you cry because then I can't see. That's how much I'm crying. So one of the first tear jerkers that I ever read was a book that's been made into a movie called Me Before You. And I read that book a really long time ago, but it was sad. Okay, if you haven't watched the movie and you haven't heard of this, that's great. It's basically about this girl who needs to kind of get some money for her and her family. So she finds this job and it's to work for this really wealthy person, but he is a paraplegic. So he's also really difficult to get to know for her because he's obviously really angry because he was one of those playboys, bachelorettes, had it all going for him and then got into an accident. So he's kind of really shut off from the world and she's like this bundle of rainbow, literally. She wears bright colors, weird clothes, so she's like the opposite. And it's just a little bit of a story of how they fall in love. It's really sad.
Pretty Venom by Ella Fields.
Wait, I'm just trying to
this is, huh?
I'm trying to make it bigger. Wait.
My second book is Pretty Venom by Ella Fields. This is Colin and Renee's story. It's part of a standalone series as well. Yeah, this book is, I It's not for the faint of heart for sure. I think I spent most of the time being mad at this book, like throwing my Kindle type mad. Just before you read it, there's some things. It is a bully book for one. It has cheating in it. There's that in it. Yeah, I know that those are big, like cheating is a big thing, so you may not want to read that. But I really enjoyed it. Everything's not as it seems in this book for sure. Nobody can get me as worked up as Ella Fields. Like
Yeah.
she makes me cry and she makes me mad, and that's why I love to read.
So for my final book that I chose was a pretty recent read for me, and I heard a lot of hype about it, people talking about it, saying you guys need to read this book. I wasn't 100% sure because it is more in the YA category, and I tend to like to read the more darker side of things. But I gave it a try, and I read A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, and this book was not an easy read at all. It had something in there that no one likes to read about, which I'm not going to say, but basically what it's about is this guy moves from Norway to America, and he's 5, and he's really mad that he's had to move and leave all his friends behind. So they're having an argument with his parents on the driveway, and all of a sudden this little girl comes running, and she's super excited because like she sees that he's the same age and they're neighbors, and then they become best friends. Something happens and he has to leave. So there's like a kind of like a bit of a gap between them. They don't hear from each other, and there's some more other stuff that happens. It's really sad, and it's just basically that kind of sadness where you can't see the page. You ever like cried so hard where your nose, you can't even breathe? It's like that kind of tearjerker, so just be prepared.
All right, Mel, what are you reading this week?
This week, finally, Mer will be so happy. I'm reading From Blood and Ash.
Yeah!
Yes, it's her favorite series.
I'm reading Dead Man Walking by Gianna Darling. I think it just came out not too long ago. It's part of her The Fallen MC series.
Yeah.
And every now and then I wanted something a little MC-ish, a little bloodish, so I decided it's my first book by her. I'm liking it so far. It's been really brutal. Just the first 3 chapters has been oh, that's awesome, but also it's so gruesome. I love it. Yeah, I go in without reading blurbs a lot of the time, so I'm not really sure what I'm in for.
Yeah.
You know me, I like to be surprised.
Oh, come meet Luz. Come up here. Come meet everybody.
Oh, little
Come and meet everybody. Don't lick me.
So next week, we will be back with the most disturbing, darkest books that we have ever read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how many books we're going to break it down to, but I know that we both have read. We've read some stuff. Okay, we've read some stuff. You're not allowed to judge us.
Next week, if you want us to be back.
Yeah, if you want to watch us, drop some comments. Tell us how we did, what you loved, what you didn't love. If you hate us, let us know.
Fine. You're used to it. All right,
you can-
bye.